Hey everyone! So there's a lot of myths in the home buying process, and today I just wanted to debunk a few of those. So probably the most common myth that I hear people say is you need 20% down to buy a house. Well, you don't. That's simply not true. There's a variety of different loan programs out there, and you can buy a home with a conventional loan for as low as 3% down. FHA loans start at 3.5%, and then there's USDA loans, which you can do 0% down. Those must be in a rural area, so you can check on the USDA map. Oftentimes it's not even that far off the beaten path in order to qualify for one of those. And then there's VA loans. If you served in the military, you can get a 0% VA loan as well. Of course, all of these different loan programs are going to be based on your debt to income ratio and your credit score. But there are plenty of programs out there where you don't have to put 20% down to buy a home. Another one I hear is that it's not a good time to buy right now. Okay, sure, I get that. It's a seller's market. You think, prices have just been going up. But if you say that now, what about next year? In my experience, prices have only been going up, and especially, in the Austin market, I really don't see it slowing down anytime soon. You may be able to get a better deal, in the winter versus in the spring, but there's, less inventory in the winter. But going on a year-by-year level, to say that you're not going to buy now because it's a seller's market, I think that's actually a bad idea. You'll actually be able to afford less of a house later because prices have risen, interest rates have rose. I think that really what you need to think about is your life, and if now's a good time for you to buy based on your job, your family, and what you need in your life right now. I think that's a much better reason versus saying, hey, the market's not a good time right now. We really can't predict what the market's going to do. So for you to just say, I'm not going to buy now because prices are high, I don't think that's a very valid reason. Okay, next. I oftentimes have people say, I don't want to get pre-approved for a home loan because they're going to run my credit and then that's going to hurt my credit score. Okay, this isn't an entirely true myth. Your credit will take a hit. It's going to drop a few points. This is really not that big of a deal. Really what you need to know here is that, yes, you should get pre-qualified by a lender, or even better, get pre-approved for a lender before you go out looking for a home. And when you go and you shop around for rates, you should make sure that you're shopping around with lenders within a 2-week time frame. If your credit gets a hard inquiry from multiple different lenders within that 2-week period, you're only going to take one hit on your credit score. So that's another myth. And then another one related to lending that I hear oftentimes is that you have to be in the same job for 2 years. Well, no, you really don't. A lot of times lenders want to see you in the same industry for the past 2 years, but there are even exceptions for that. Sometimes they can go off of 1 year. Sometimes they can do what's called like an income-based loan, and they can, look at all of your financial statements and do it based on that. There's really lots of different options out there, and the important thing is to just talk to a lender and see what options you have and know how much you can afford in a home. That's really all I have for today. If you have any other questions about the home buying process, I'm here and happy to help.